What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are going to talk about James Gunn because that is the topic of the day, of the week, hottest thing going on right now in entertainment. And there's a lot of debate going on. There's a lot of back and forth. The last video I made on this topic was very well received. And so I don't know how this one's going to go over, but this is my honest thoughts on the situation now that I've had time to really process everything that's going on and all sides of the situation and just really getting a lot of the emotional high that it created for a lot of people, just trying to come down off of that and just think about it logically. And I think I've been pretty logic about it the whole time. But bottom line, I forgive James Gunn. I do forgive James Gunn as long as no more information comes out. I 100% forgive this man. He messed up. He made a mistake. He made a lot of mistakes. But the way that this whole thing has played out, it's almost everything that I'm against. And even if I don't like some of the things he said, and I don't, even though I think that they're indefensible, and I do, that's just my opinion. And different people have a different level of what dark humor is, and what you find to be dark humor, maybe I don't, or vice versa. And it's not really up to me to determine. I'm not the gatekeeper of what is or is not an offensive joke to everyone. I'm only the gatekeeper of my own opinion. I've said some horribly effed up things in the past. I've said some horribly effed up things as early as probably 10 minutes before creating this video. I've said things that I wouldn't necessarily say on the air. I've probably said some dumb things on the air during my live videos because I don't really have anything to hide. And so sometimes I just fucking talk out of my ass, and I think that could be what James Gunn was going through. I don't know. I think that I personally could have maybe looked way deeper into this than is what's really there. That's possible. Because I've said you can't normalize pedophile and all that. And you can't. I don't like that. I don't like any of that. And I do stand by the fact that Disney had a right to fire him. They definitely did. And I stand by them firing him. To me, there's a lot of moving parts with this situation. I don't like that James Gunn thinks he's the moral superiority of the internet. I don't like that he constantly treats that like if you voted for Trump, then you're just a horrible human being. I've never liked that. And I think that he brought a lot of this on himself because he continues to try to act like he doesn't make mistakes, and he's perfect, and he's wonderful. And I just don't think that's a good position you should ever put yourself into. I think you should always acknowledge that you are a flawed human being. I think you should always acknowledge that you've made a lot of mistakes, and you'll continue to make mistakes. And the only thing you can do is apologize for those mistakes. And yes, he did apologize, and that's why I'm saying I accept his apology, but it's the way he carries himself. So like I always tell you guys, like anything you want to say about me, probably true. I've probably said it. I've probably said some really offensive things, and I will continue to say offensive things because that's just who I am and what I do. And so it's not fair for me to say, oh, you said this and it's offensive and I'm the gatekeeper. I'm not the gatekeeper of what's offensive, only to myself. And that's it. That's all I can do is speak for myself. But even then, like, people just say shit sometimes, man. And I say shit. You say things. We all say things, whether the camera's on or off, whether we're hanging out with our friends, whether we're walking down the street, whether we're playing basketball, playing video games. We all have said some effed up things. All of us. I've said some really bad things during playing video games. Really bad things. And I don't like the outrage culture, and I feel like I somewhat played a role in reverse outrage culture almost with the James Gunn thing. And again, I stand by what I said, but I also stand by the fact that now that a little time has passed and we've had time to really digest everything and look at the whole entire picture. I've really become frustrated with James Gunn in recent months because of his political nonsense. And it's not that he has a political opinion. It's the fact that he thinks his political opinion is superior to mine and anybody else's that disagrees with him. That is exactly what he thinks, and it pisses me off. And I'm getting really sick and tired of a lot of these Hollywood elitists doing that shit. Like, we don't care that you disagree with us politically. Stop acting like we're bad people because we don't agree with you. That really pisses me off. So when I see someone with that moral high ground go down in flames, I do take some enjoyment out of it. I really do. But now that I've had some time to really think about this and really digest it, I just want to say I do forgive James Gunn. If James Gunn does get another job, if it looks like a project I'm interested in, I will fully support it. I do support the fact that Disney had the right to fire him, and I think they probably did the right thing because they have set a precedent with their company. And I didn't want him to be fired necessarily because I love Guardians 1 and 2, and I was really looking forward to what he was going to do with Guardians 3 and into the future of the MCU. But Disney did the right thing because Disney has set this precedent. So what I hope to see moving forward now is maybe we can stop firing people for offensive tweets and social media behavior. Or maybe we can hold everybody to the same standard and fire them all for offensive social media behavior. One way or the other needs to happen. Either we're going to hold everyone to the same standard or we're going to hold no one to the same standard. One way or the other. Figure it out, companies, specific individual companies. So like Disney, you're going to fire Roseanne, you're going to have to fire James Gunn. If you ain't going to fire Roseanne, then you ain't going to fire James Gunn. It's all about setting a standard, leveling the playing field, and making sure everyone is held to the same standard. And I think this James Gunn situation is definitely going to play a big part into that. So we'll see. But again, I forgive the dude. If no new information comes out, I forgive this dude 100%. He effed up. He said some things that a lot of people didn't like, myself included. But, you know, we've all said some effed up things in our lifetime. And the moment we start acting like we haven't, then we become nothing more than dumb SJWs. And I'll be damned if I become that. So that's me having a little more perspective on the situation. And I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you don't like my stance on this, please talk to me. I will listen. Like I said, our last video that I did on this, I got a really good response. So this isn't about me responding to getting negativity because I haven't gotten much negativity on my stance on this. But my position is starting to evolve a little bit now that a little more of the emotions are not in it. And I'm really starting to think about all of it. And I just don't know if we can hold people accountable for saying dumb things because we truly don't know what's in a person's mind or their heart. Like, we really don't. And I think it's a bad, bad precedent for us to set. And so I'm a human. Maybe I overreacted a little bit, needed a little more time to think about it. And now this is me giving you my more thought out version of the events now. So let me know what you think. You guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.